All right, we're gonna start on all fours. Everybody needs to have just a strap for some of the stretches. Afterwards, you don't have a strap, a belt, or a towel will be fine too. Let's start with the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips here. And round your spine, bring your chin to your chest. Drop your tummy down, open up your chest, look up. Good, exhale as you arch. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, arch. And inhale, drop down. Bring your spine in neutral position, draw your shoulder blades down, extend the right arm out with your thumb up and the left leg back, pushing through the heel of that foot. The toes are pointing down, your hips are parallel to the floor. Tap the hand and the foot down and lift. Tap and lift. Keep the belly button pulled up towards the ceiling and stay nice and tall in that left shoulder. Two more. Good, then from here, bring the knee and the elbow towards each other around your spine. Reach as you extend. Exhale as you come together. Inhale as you reach. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let's do one more. Good, then bring the right hand down, the left knee down. Straighten it out, shoulders down, core is tight, left arm, right leg extend. Tap and lift. Keep the belly button pulled in. Hold it up right here, then bring the knee and elbow towards each other around your spine. Reach and exhale as you pull. And inhale as you extend. One more. Good, bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Let's whack the tail, right hip, right shoulder, left hip, left shoulder. Just warming up the hips here, we'll get some movement into the hips. Keep your shoulders down. One more on each side. Good, then tuck the toes under and lift the hips into your first down dog. Maybe keep the knees soft still. Head relaxes, chest is pressed towards the thighs. Bend the right leg, the left heel comes towards the ground and switch. The hips are pointing up towards the ceiling. One more on each side. Good, then drop the knees down, flatten out the feet, and push it into child's pose. Extend the child's pose with the palms facing down, pressing into the floor. Then from child's pose, bring the hips forward, draw the shoulder blades down and look up into up dog. Maybe lift the knees off the floor here if you can. Then tuck the toes under, lift the hips up back into down dog. Maybe this time you can bring the heels a little closer towards the floor, the hips a little higher towards the ceiling, and the chest a little closer towards your thighs. Lift the right leg up and bend that knee. Open up the hip towards the right and look under your right armpit. Bring that leg down. And switch, left leg comes up and that knee, open up the hip towards the left. Look under the left armpit. Good, bring it back to the center. And bring the knees down. Bring the elbows under the shoulders, shoulder blades down. The knees are right under the hips here. Bend that right leg, flex that foot and push the heel up towards the ceiling for a glute press. The hands are relaxed, take a little stress off those wrists. Then hold the leg up here, you're going to extend it and bend it. A hamstring curl. Remember, your core is still engaged. You're nice and tall through the chest. Last one, keep the leg extended. You're going to tap the foot to the right side of the mat, big half circle to the left. Tap, tap, good. Tap, big circle. One more each. Good, bring the knee under the hip. Gauge your core again, bend that left leg, flex that foot and push the heel up towards the ceiling. Press. Stay tall through the chest. Hold it up right here, then straighten the leg and bend it. Hamstring curl. Keep the belly button pulled in. Then keep that leg extended, tap it to the left side of the mat, big half circle to the right. And tap. And tap. One more each. Good, bring that knee down, bring the hands under the shoulders so you're back on all fours. Knees under the hips, draw the shoulder blades down, tuck the toes under, lift the knees barely off the floor here. They're just hovering. From here, go into down dog. From here, come into high plank. You can modify by dropping the knees down here or walk the toes towards the wrist, push back to the heels, reach forward through the crown of the head. Draw your shoulder blades down. Squeeze your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your calves. Your chest, your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps, everything is working. Drop the knees down. Flatten out the feet, turn the inside of the elbows forward, come all the way down onto the mat. And then from here, extend those arms overhead with the palms facing each other. Lift up the right arm and the left leg. And switch. And switch. Warming up that lower back, engaging the glutes and hamstrings and the upper back muscles. One more on each side. Good, then bring the hands right under the shoulders so the elbows are pointed up and push yourself up into up dog. Good. Stretch the front of the leg. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up into down dog. Stretching those calves by pressing the heels a little further down. Come forward into high plank, either modify with the knees down or alternate tap from one side to the other. Keep the neck in alignment with the spine. Keep your core engaged, stay strong. We are definitely warmed up by now. One more on each side. Drop the knees down. The left leg comes to the side, the right leg extend, and the right arm reaches up. From here, lift the leg and tap it down. Lift and tap. Good. Keep the hand right under the shoulder, the neck in alignment with the spine. 2 more. Good, come back to the center and rotate to the other side. Lift and tap. Making sure that right shoulder is directly under the right hand is directly under the right shoulder. 2 more. Good, bring the leg down, come back to the center. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips up into down dog. The right leg comes up. Bring that leg to the front of the mat or walk the foot forward so the ankle is under the knee. Drop the left knee down, put your hands on your thighs. You're going to push that hip forward so the stretch is in the left quad and hip flexor. Good. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands heart center. You can stay with the knee down or extend that back leg and rotate your left elbow onto your right thigh. Try to keep the hands heart center here. So having that knee down helps you out. If your leg is extended, push back through the heel. Elongate that back leg a little bit. Nice. Good, rotate back to the center, put the hands in front of you. Drop the knees down. Keep the left hand on the floor and the right arm reaches up. Take that right arm and wrap it around the opposite hip so the palm is facing away, but the shoulder is pointing up towards the ceiling. And if you want to, you can extend that bottom leg out again. Good, reach that arm up. Bring it to the front, step the left foot forward. Forward bend, your feet about shoulder width apart, your toes are pointing straight ahead. Relax your upper body here. Rock it forward and back a little bit. And then hold it right here, pull the belly button in and slowly roll it up one vertebra at a time. And when you get to the top, roll the shoulders back. Good, inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend to the hip, forward bend. And step that right leg back. Drop the right knee down. Put your hands on your thighs and push that right hip forward for stretching the hip flexor and the quad here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands heart center. Stay here or extend that bottom leg as you rotate your right elbow onto your left thigh. Feel that nice rotation. Push back through that right heel, elongate that leg, and come back to the center. Drop the knee down, take the right hand in front of it onto the side, and the left arm reaches up. Take that left hand, wrap it around the opposite hip with the palm facing away, and the elbow, the shoulder pointing up towards the ceiling. Gonna bring that arm back up to the front and step that right foot forward, forward bend. From here, let your booties drop down towards the floor and your arms reach in front or overhead, you decide. Hold it here in chair pose. Bring the hands down, lift the hips up, relax. Let's do that one more time. Drop the booties down, reach the arms either in front or overhead. Breathe. Good, bring the hands down, the hips up. Rock it a little bit from side to side. Pull the belly button in, slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Standing roll up. And roll the shoulders back when you're at the top. Inhale, arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Hands on the floor, step the right knee back and the left knee back. You're back on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Draw the shoulder blades down. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees barely off the floor. And go for a little walk here. So the knees are still hovering, you're just lifting up one leg at a time. Looking nice and strong here. One more on each side. Good, go back into down dog. Left leg comes up. Bring that leg to the front of the mat and turn your right heel onto its side. Hands will go onto your thigh right here. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Reach to the fingertips. Come a little lower in your lunge. Open the knee a little bit more to the left, so you should see a big toe when you're looking down there on that front leg. Nice and tall through the center, so your crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Good, turn the front palm up and reach it up towards the ceiling or behind you if you can. Good, nice stretch in the front body here, or the side body. Good, straighten those arms back out. Extend the front leg, reach forward and down, so the right arm is up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders are stacked. Try to pull the mat apart with your feet. And then bring the right hand forward. Relax it over that extended leg. Bend that leg and turn those toes towards the front. So both feet are turning towards the side, towards the front side of the mat right here. Good. Relax it forward. You can walk your heels and your toes out a little bit more, but keep the toes pointing forward. Maybe bring your elbows on the floor or your head on the floor or wherever you are. Make sure you're breathing. Good, lift it up just a little bit. Walk it back in if you moved your feet. And walk your hands over to your right foot. You're turning that right toe towards the back. Now if you cannot see me like this, you might want to just turn. So your right foot is now forward and your left foot is behind you. The heel down. Your hands are on your thighs. Come up. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Open up the knee towards the right. Stay nice and tall through the center. Look down. Can you see a big toe? You should be able to see it. You'll turn the front palm up, reach it up, and maybe over. The other hand reaches down towards the ground. Good, straighten it back out. Extend the front leg and reach forward and down. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. The shoulders are stacked here. Take that left hand forward. to that extended leg. Good, bend that leg slightly, walk the hands back to the center so the toes are pointing forward, and then you're gonna walk the heels in and the toes in, and one more time the heels in and the toes in, and you're gonna let your booty come down. So now my toes are out, my heels are in, I can bring my hands into heart center here and open up those knees using my elbows. If you can, do what you can. Good. We could stay here all day. Not really. Bring your hands on the floor and extend the legs. Walking the heels and the toes about shoulder width apart. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Drop the booty down. Lift the arms either in front or overhead and maybe come up on your toes. Very nice. Good balance. Bring the heels down, the hands down. Relax in forward bend. Drop the right knee down, the left knee down, and come on your back. So we're going to be on the back with the feet shoulder width apart, the knees pointing up, the toes pointing straight ahead. Relax your hands on the side. You're going to press your spine into the floor, use your abdominal muscles. Then arch up, big space between the lower back and the mat. Exhale, press down. Inhale, arch up, continue doing that. But I want you to focus on squeezing your shoulder blades down into your mat. So the shoulder blades are drawn down and they're pressing down into the ground. And the next time you're pressing down, let's start the walking the hips up into a bridge. Take the hands behind the back, clasp them together, reach those knuckles towards the heels so you open up chest and shoulders as you're working glutes and hamstrings, and alternate, lift up one heel at a time to engage those calf muscles. Great stretch, but also good work in the lower body here. One more on each side. Then either hands on the floor or arms up, still squeezing shoulder blades into the ground. Slowly press your spine into the mat. Articulate that spine when you come to the lower part. Use those abdominal muscles, press it down. Then bring the hands behind the head, lift the head and shoulders up. You're looking at your knees here, the elbows are open. Exhale up, inhale back to starting position, lifting using those abdominal muscles. Hold it at the top right here and reach the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. So exhale over, inhale back, reach. You're engaging those muscles on the side of the torso, your oblique muscles. And then switch hands and reach to the outside of the right thigh. Exhale over, inhale back. One more. Good. Bring the head down, the arms on the floor next to you. Cross the right ankle over your left thigh. You'll open up that knee a little bit more towards the bottom of the mat. And then pushing through the left heel, you're going to lift the hip up into a single leg bridge with the hip opener here. Shoulder blades are pressing into the ground. Fingertips are reaching towards the bottom of the mat. You're going to dip down and lift up. As I'm lifting up, I'm also pushing the knee down towards the ground. So tap down, lift, open the knee. Tap down, lift, open the knee. So you're working glutes and hamstrings, but you're also getting a nice dynamic stretch here. Two more. Last one. Good. Bring your butt down, uncross that leg. Cross the left ankle on top of your right. Lift the hip up, that knee's pointing down towards the ground, or it's reaching down towards the ground. Dip down, lift, open up the hip, tap down, lift and open. Good. Two more. Last one. Good. Bring the hip down, uncross the legs. Bring your legs in a tabletop, flex your feet. So the knees are over the hips. The bottom leg is parallel to the floor. Your hands are on your thighs, or top of the knees right here. Draw your shoulder blades down. Hold the belly button in and press your palms into the knees and the knees into the palms as you're flexing the feet. All the muscles in your body are working here. Stay right here, keeping the right hand pressed in. Extend the left arm and the left leg if you want to. Breathe and switch. Extend. And switch. Extend. And one more time. Switch. And hug the knees into the chest. From here, you're going to extend the right leg out, the left leg pulls in, and switch. Maybe lift head and shoulders up, and maybe bring the feet a little closer to the floor. Give the leg a nice hug as you bring it in. One more on each side. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring the hands behind the head and shoulders lift, the right leg out, the right shoulder, left knee, and switch. So add that rotation. One more on each side. Good, hug the knees into the chest. Extending the legs up, heels together, toes apart, flex your feet. Bring the hands behind the head, lift the head and shoulders up. You're gonna bring the legs out, together. Out, together. You're working your core muscles here, but you're also getting a nice dynamic inner thigh stretch. Two more. Last one. Good. Keep the legs extended. The right leg comes down, the left leg pulls in, and switch. You can put the head on the ground if you need to. Breathe. One more on each side. Hug the knees into the chest. Hands behind the head, head and shoulders, lift legs extended, right leg down, right shoulder, left knee, and switch. Or you can go back to the bicycle crunches here if you need to. One more on each side. Good, bring the feet on the floor, the arms out to the side. Rock your legs from side to side. And grab your strap. You're going to put the strap around the ball. I'm sorry, about the ball of the right foot. Now you can always keep that left knee bent here, but if you want to extend it, as long as you don't feel the lower back, that gives you a little bit more stretch. Now point your toes towards the back wall. Keep the leg extended and pull the leg back. Good, so great stretch. I feel this in my calves and my hamstrings right here. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. Take a couple nice deep breaths as you hold it here. Maybe the next time you exhale, you can tell that you can pull the leg back just a little bit further. And then holding it right here, you're going to just turn the heel in, turn it out, and that rotation is coming from the hip. So a little rotation. Good, and hold it right here. Take the left arm out to the side and bring that right leg to the right, keeping both hips on the mat. That leg does not have to come all the way down towards the floor. If it's only halfway down and that's where you are today, that's perfectly fine. Try to relax the shoulders though. And breathe. And maybe with the next exhalation, you can bring the leg a little further into that stretch. Such a good stretch. Then inhale here, exhale, bring the leg back to the center, switch hands. The right arm is on the floor and the leg goes over to the right, to the left, sorry. Look over your right shoulder. Here you can either give the strap a little bit more slack, or if you want to make it a little tighter, you can. Feel that great stretch. Again, with the next exhalation, see if you can maybe pull that leg over a tiny little bit more. Give that inhale here, exhale back to the center. Go ahead and undo that leg and bring the left ball of the foot into the strap. The right leg is either on the floor or bent. Grab the strap, the toes are pointing behind you, straighten out that leg and pull it back. See if you can exhale and maybe bring the leg a little further back. The toes a little further down. You feel a lot more the calf, also the hamstring. Then go ahead and rotate heel in and heel out, coming from that hip right here. Hold it in the center, grab the strap with your left hand, the right arm is on the floor, and the leg goes towards the left this time. Keep that right hip on the ground. Great stretch for the inner thigh. Take a deep breath in, maybe open it a little bit more. Then inhale here, exhale, bring the leg back to the center, switch hands, left arm on the floor, leg towards the right, look over your left shoulder, give the strap either slack or make it a little tighter, listen to your body on this. Inhale here, exhale, bring it back to the center and put the strap to the side. We're going to come onto your right side. Right elbow is under the shoulder. You're going to bend that bottom leg so the knees are stacked and the hips are stacked. And we're going to lift the hip up into side plank. Left arm reaches up, and then from here, reach it underneath and back up. If you want to add on, you can extend that bottom leg out. Reach underneath and back up. Reach and up. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Bring the hip down, switch sides. Left elbow under the shoulder, either bottom leg bend, arm comes up, or straighten out that bottom leg and reach underneath and back up. And underneath and back up. Feel those obliques working as you're reaching underneath. Lots of shoulder stability. 2 more. Last one. Good. And come on around into modified plank right here. So hands are under the shoulders, knees are down in modified plank. Draw your shoulder blades down, pull the belly button in. Take the left leg out to the side, the right leg extend, and the right arm comes up. You're taking that arm overhead, you're going to bring the knee and the elbow together and extend. Inhale, exhale. Make sure the left hand is under the left shoulder. One more. Good. Bring the leg down, reach the arm around, and rotate onto your other side. Left arm reaches up, and then over, and then bring knee and elbow together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull. Make sure the hand is right under the shoulder. 1 more. Good, bring the leg down, the hand down. Come onto center plank. Stay on the knees or tuck the toes under into full plank and alternate lift up 1 leg at a time. Good. Reach through your bone, look at your toes, look straight down at the floor. One more on each side. Now you can drop the knees down or stay on the toes, turn the inside of the elbows forward and slowly come all the way down onto the ground. And once you're here, you're going to bring your feet mat width apart and turn your toes out. Reach your hands behind you, the palms are facing up. Lift up the chest and the legs and reach the hands back towards the heels. Good, pump the arms up, little pumps right here until you get the tricep activated. And relax it down. Arms come out to the side, little palms facing down, roll the shoulders back, lift up the chest, the legs, and pump those arms up. And relax it down. All right, we haven't done this one in a long time. If you want to watch me first, I'm going to take my hands right under my shoulders here, a little bit, might be a hand width in front of the shoulders. The elbows are down. I'm going to lift the upper body up right here. So I'm going to kind of a cobra. Keep your shoulders down and then slowly come back down. The elbows are not flaring out to the side. They're staying very close to the torso. So press up. Good. And slowly back down. And press up. And slowly back down. You are working your triceps. We're going to add on. So press up with the upper body. As the upper body comes down, you're lifting the lower body up. Push up to the front, reach to the back like a rocking horse. Press up to the front and reach to the back. One more time, up to the front, don't let the elbows flare out, and reach to the back. And then bring the toes together and push yourself into a wide child's pose. Knees apart, mat with apart, toes together. Relax your arms and relax your forehead here. And then come on up into a kneeling position. So you're still, knees are mat width apart, toes are together. Make fists with your hands. Push those hips forward by using those arms. Open up the chest and shoulders. Try to bring the elbows towards each other. If you want to add on, you're going to tuck the toes under and you're going to reach for the heels here. If you can have your feet flat on the floor and reach for the heels, go right ahead. Nice chest stretch, shoulder stretch. Opening up those abdominal muscles, those hip flexors, those quads. Inhale here, exhale, go back into child's pose. Release the lower back. Good, walk the hands to the right side of the mat and press the left palm down into the ground. Nice stretch from pinky all the way to the hip. And then walk it to the other side. And then walk it to the front. Let's just bring the knees a little closer together. Bring the hips forward and drop them down into up dog. Maybe lift the knees off the floor. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips back into down dog. All right, a little challenge for the day. Come up into a plank with your feet mat width apart. Your challenge here is going to be one arm, but if you need to drop the knees down here, you can. Your right hand goes into the center of the mat, and the left hand comes onto your lower back. So it looks like this with the knees down. Try not to let that shoulder come up. Switch. My shoulders are still parallel to the floor, and so are my hips. And switch. And switch. Good, bring both hands under the shoulders, walk the toes in so they're shoulder width apart. Good, drop the knees down and push it into child's pose. Very good. Come on your left side. Bend that bottom leg. I know we're getting hot, right? Yes, lift the hip up, reach the arm up. You're gonna dip down and lift. Use the obliques to lift. The elbows directly under that shoulder. The neck is in line with the spine. Breathe. Two more. Good. Bring the hip down. Bring the head down like this. You're going to grab the right ankle. Put the knees together here. And then push the hip forward. So you should feel a stretch in your right hip flexor and quad. Very good. Keep pushing that hip forward. You can even pull the leg just slightly behind you a little bit. Good. Straighten out that leg. Come on up and switch sides. The right elbow's under the shoulder. The bottom leg is bent. And lift that arm up. Dip down and lift. There you go. Use those obliques to lift. Two more. Good, bring the hip down. Come on down on the ground. Bend that left leg. Put the knees next to each other. Push the hip forward. Get that quad and hip flexor stretch. Feels nice. Good, and relax. Let's come on back onto your back again. You're going to tuck the tailbone under and bring your legs to tabletop here. The hands go behind the head and shoulders lift. You're going to exhale up, inhale down. If you want to add on, your legs are extended, heels together, toes apart. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. Good, hug the knees into the chest. Bring your hands under your hips if you need to. The legs are either extended or bent, so bend would be modification. Inhale, legs come down. Exhale, lift. So you can have the hands behind the head. You can have the knees bent or the legs extended. Use that exhalation to bring the legs back to the center. One more. Feet on the floor, head down, arms to the side. Right leg crosses all the way over the left. Bring the legs over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Push that top leg down onto that bottom leg to get a little extra out of that stretch. Feels so good. Inhale here, exhale, rotate back to the center, uncross. Cross the left all the way over to the right. Bring the legs over to the left. Look over your right shoulder and push that leg onto that bottom leg to give it a little extra. Feels good. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to the center. Hug the knees nice and wide towards the shoulder so you can rock a little bit from side to side. You can stay here or you can grab the outside of your feet. The feet are now parallel, the bottom of the feet is parallel to the ceiling, and you're pushing the knees down into happy baby. Again, if you want to add a little rocking sensation, rocking from side to side, you can. Maybe push those knees a little lower today. Depends on where you are with your stretch. Good, I'm going to give you two options. Option number one, feet are on the floor, hands on the floor. Hips come up and slowly press the spine down. Option number two is roll over, legs are extended. Inhale here, exhale, legs come overhead. If you need to use your hands to get that booty off the floor, you can. From here, really take your time as you slowly come down, one vertebra at a time. Try not to look from side to side, but look straight up. And when you get to the top, the legs are up towards the ceiling. Maybe bring the heels together, toes apart. Continue a bridge if you need to. Reach the fingertips towards the bottom of the mat. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the legs overhead. Good. If you want to add on, take your hands onto your hips and straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. Now you feel real pretty. Good, bring those legs back behind you. Maybe the hands go back onto the floor and slowly press it down, one vertebra at a time. And we're all going into bridge from here, so feet shoulder width apart. Hips come up, walking bridge, right leg up, taps down, left leg up. Lift, tap, lift, tap. One more on each side. Good, and then we'll all bring the spine down nice and slowly, one vertebra at a time. Good, and hold on behind your thighs or in front of your shins right here. And start rocking a little bit forward and back. And then rock yourself up. Bring the legs around. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up into your last down dog. Chest towards the thighs. Notice the difference. I don't know about you, but I can bring the heels a lot closer to the floor. The chest comes in a lot further. Bend the knees and walk the hands towards the toes. Relax and forward bend here. Pull the belly button in. Slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Good. Roll the shoulders back. A little bit of balance exercise right here. Spread the toes of the left foot. Put it back down. Good, right foot either here, here, or into your inner thigh. Good, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Reaching through the crown of the head right here. Open up the knee a little bit more towards the right. Breathe. Just focus on something that's not moving and maybe let your gaze just go. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that leg down. Shake it out. Switch sides, so spread your toes with the right foot. Ankle here, here, or here. Good. Find your balance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Good. And breathe. Ooh, yes, sometimes we get a little wobbly. Bring that knee a little bit more towards the left. Good, bring the hands down. Bring that leg down and shake it out. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Inhale, arms come up, slight back bend. Exhale, straighten it over. Bring your hands behind you so the hands are clasped behind you. Pressing those knuckles down towards the floor. Now you can stay right here, especially if you easily get lightheaded, or you tuck the tailbone under, bend at the hip, lean forward, and the arms are reaching up overhead. Great stretch in the back of the legs, the chest, the shoulders. Relax your head. Breathe. Keep those knees soft, pull the belly button in, and slowly roll it up. And just be careful that you don't get dizzy here. Good, everybody's still with me, excellent. Inhale, arms come up. Left arm stays up there, right arm reaches to the side, and then reach that left arm all the way over towards the right. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, switch. And center. All right, give me a football goal right here. You're gonna bring the right arm over the left, and then bring the palms together. If you can't get the palms together, you can be right here, just elbows touching and palms are touching. Good. Reach the arms a little higher up towards the ceiling so you get a stretch in the back of your shoulders. Good. Spread the toes of the left foot and see if you can stand on that left leg. The right leg is in front. Woo, this is challenging because you don't have much to focus on in front of you. Good. Bring the right leg down. Arm cross. Cross the left arm over the right. Reach those arms a little higher up. Feel that great stretch in the back of the shoulders. Spread the toes of the right foot. Lean onto that foot a little bit and bring the left leg in front. Everybody's still standing. That's a good sign. Good. Bring that left foot down. Uncross the arms. Shake them out. Good. Inhale, arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, bend to the hip, one more forward bend, but I want you to just take your thumbs and put them on the inside of your elbows. Clap, and just let the arms hang heavy. Let your head relax. Rock a little bit from side to side. Just a gentle movement here. Continue pulling your belly button in though to protect the lower back. And maybe you can come a little closer to your thighs. Then you're going to let go of the arms, lift up halfway so your back is parallel to the ceiling, and then circle the arms towards each other like a monkey. And circle them the other way. Keep the belly button in. There's a nice stretch in the back of the legs. Good, and relax it all the way down. Bend the knee slightly, pull the belly button in, and slowly roll it up. Get to the top, roll the shoulders back. Good. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Namaste.